Hello and welcome to the very final episode of Stevens for 2024. Hard to believe that this is the very last day of 2024 and going into 2025. Tonight seems to have come round quite quickly this year. So I hope you had a very good Christmas. Hope you have a very happy new year if you're watching this on the day it came out. If not, I hope you had a happy new year. That makes sense. So I sort of wanted to do, I've already done my sort of review video 2024 and gone over some of the bits, what I've done this year, cars I've bought, sold, what I've done with cars, all that sort of stuff. So I thought this time we move on, we'd do something to sort of look forward to, us to look forward to in 2025. And so I thought I'd talk about all the shows that I'm already sort of looking at. I haven't booked in for anything yet. But I thought I'd start looking at shows and sort of get a few dates in my diary quite early. So last sort of couple of weeks, I've been starting to build up different dates for shows and events I like to go to, and there's still plenty more to be released. I mean, I'm going to sort of do this very early list, the very provisional list stuff that I'm probably going to go into next year, and there will still be some more stuff that I will be going to and adding to the list that people haven't released dates for yet. And it's still quite early, to be fair. So I think we'll start with the sort of main bulk of the events. I go to a lot of their events. I've mentioned these before. It's Chelsea Walsh. Now I go to a lot of the Shelford Hill climbs, the breakfast meets, and also the Cars in the Valley, which is a little evening meet on a Thursday. And they're really, really good events. I thoroughly recommend them if you're sort of more local. Obviously, it's a bit of a distance if you're a bit further to drive to them. But yeah, definitely recommend going to Chelsea Walsh. They do a number of events throughout the year. I'm probably going to go to about sort of 10 to 15 of them normally. They cost, I think the breakfast meat and the Cars in the Valley are £5 per person. And I think if you go to any of the other hill climbing events, the various ones of them, I think they're about £20 to £30 per person again for tickets. So I've gone and bought the membership. I did last year. I think I paid about £100 last year because I went to NEC and I got a discount. This year I paid £120, but I still say that's been really good because I'm going to 10 to 15 events. I think if I worked it out as sort of 15 events, I think it worked out about just under £5 per event, which is okay for the meets, but when you factor in actually training to £30 per person, and I can bring someone along with me, my partner, regularly go up, it's sort of additional Sunday afternoon activity, something up there. We'll go up on a Sunday afternoon, a couple of hours, stop at the little members area, have a get a drink, and it's only just up the road from us. It's quite nice and local, really. So it's a nice little thing to do. And it's shows and events that I've already prepaid for as such. I've got my pass for it now, and you go in, it's completely free of charge. You also get separate members area parking as well. So thoroughly recommend that. So you don't have to be a member. It works out because I'm local. So, but if you're a bit further afield, though, it might be able to come down to on their big hill climb event. Probably my favourite event is probably Classic Nostalgia. I think is in the end of July, last weekend in July time. So that's my sort of one. If you're going to come do one, that's the one I thoroughly recommend. So next show that I've never been to, but I'm looking forward to going. There's a few of those sort of shows next year. A few shows that I've never been to, actually always wanted to go, so I'm going to tick them off my list this year. Last year, rather, I did Goodwood, which I always wanted to go to. I did Goodwood Festival Speed. I quite enjoyed it. Whether I go again, it's a bit of a question mark. I enjoyed it, but it is quite a long way for me to go. So another one of those events is the Malvern Festival Transport Node. Two of these a year. The one in spring, which I think is the first Sunday in April, and also an autumn, which is the first Sunday in September. So I've got 6th of April and 7th of September. So yeah, quite looking forward to those. They're a company that do quite a few events. I think it's classicshows.org, I think it is. Again, I might pop a link in the description below. They do various different car shows. I did go to one of their car shows last year, which was another one. Hopefully, this is Ragley Hall Father's Day show, which is really nice at Ragley Hall in Ulster, which is sort of halfway between sort of Stratford and Worcester. It's a quite nice place to go and drive to be fair, if you can take your car out. Really nice laid back show. I took this car last year with my dad, and it was a show where I actually decided we were talking about free spokes for a good half an hour. So yeah, so I decided to go and buy the free spokes. Or at least ask my partner to go and buy them for me for a birthday present because my birthday was coming to that point. So yeah, I just remember that fondly. And it was just a nice day. It's Father's Day, so it's on the 15th of June, which is Sunday this year. So really looking forward to that. And I'll definitely get my dad to come down that. And it's a nice day out. Last year when I had a drink on, non-alcoholic drink, I like to point out. And yeah, just a nice day out, nice to catch up with you. I think we went there, got there for about 10, left about 1:30, 2 o'clock. It gives enough time to sit down, have a bit of a chat, have a walk around some cars, and there was a nice sort of selection of cars. The only thing I will say about that company is that you generally have to have a car, I think older, like 2006 or something, to go. So not quite as open as some of the other events like Chelsea Walsh. You can pretty much take anything up there, and you're welcome. So next show I want to talk about is Cars in the Park in Lichfield, sort of north of Birmingham. I used to go to absolutely religiously when I lived the other side of Birmingham when I was growing up. But it's a little bit hard to get to now. I live sort of south of Birmingham. The event I sort of want to go back to. The Saturday's an okay day, but I find the Sunday is a lot better. There's more people there, basically. It's a little bit flat on the Saturday, I found in the past. It's basically in Lichfield, a big park. It's quite a small city, I think it is. It's only a city because it's got a cathedral there. It's not actually a city because of the sort of size and nature of it, just because of a cathedral there. And it's a really nice sort of park area they got next to the sort of main city centre, town centre, I call it. And they've got this great big open area, and I think they have close to 1,000 cars on there, I think, off memory. It is absolutely packed full. There's all different types of cars. They've got various car clubs there. They've got a big display arena. There's some dealerships that go there as well as new cars. And there's also an individual section as well. So I think it's about £10 to book for an individual car space, which I think booking forms open on sort of January time for that. So I'm going to hopefully get booked, so hopefully get the SL up there next year. I think I missed last year, couldn't do it for some reason, and the year before I actually took both this SLK and the other SLK I used to own. We actually took them up there. I drove my newer one, and my then girlfriend, now fiance, drove this car, and we actually took our dogs up with us as well. Took little Buddy and Charlie up with us. So I think Buddy was in this car. I got a picture of him, and I think Charlie was in with me. I think I took a picture of him there. I'll see if I can find one and pick them in the car. I remember we pulled up, not anything to do with cars, this. And we pulled up, we'd driven up there in convoy, we pulled up together, was waiting to go for the entrance, a little bit of a queue, which is fine. And I just remember seeing a little Buddy head pop up just over the top of the dashboard. Literally looked at me, I could just see Buddy. When he always goes to sleep and he always lies down. Immediately, the second the car stops, his little head pops up and wants to know what's going on, where are we? I remember these people sort of walking past and I've seen Buddy's head sort of tilting. As the people walk by, the head tilting round. And that was quite cute, that was. And generally, the weather for that weekend's quite good as well, actually. On touch wood now, it's probably horrible. So, yes, thoroughly recommend that. And I think the other important point is that it's organised by the local Rotary Club, and they fundraise and raise a lot of money for charity. I think the last one that I went to, it was about £30,000 they actually raised. There are some costs of actually hiring out the field for the weekend, but I believe it's free to enter, but they ask for a donation. So it all just go to a good cause. So even if you don't bring a car up there, you can go for free, but you can also put a donation in as well. So they do raise a lot of money for charity on that weekend, which is always a bonus as well. Next event I'm looking to, which one hasn't been organised for a couple of years now, I think they do biannually, is the Bromley Speed Festival, which is the last weekend in July, so the 26th and 27th. This year they look to be organising a bit of a run out on the Saturday around Herefordshire, which looks really good. And then a car show which runs from 3 till 10 p.m. So that's quite an interesting idea. I don't normally go to car shows that sort of late in the evening. I go to maybe little meets off in the evening, but I've never gone to a car show that runs till 10. So that'll be interesting to see. And apparently on Sunday they're doing a hill climb. I don't know that many details about it at the moment because it's still sort of early days and I've never been to the event before, so I don't know too much about it. And that's going to run from 10 till 5 on the Sundays, and there'll be a little car show as well there. So that'll be quite a good weekend. I might go to one or maybe both of the days. I'm going to wait to see what I want to do, whether I take this car to the drive out on the Saturday, maybe take the SL on the Sunday for the show. I don't know, it might be nice to take the SL out for a drive. I'm not too sure. These plans are all still very much up in the air at the moment. Next one, which I've got a very big question mark next to, is Simply Mercedes down at Bewley Museum, which is sort of New Forest, Southampton way. A bit of a jaunt for me, but I've always wanted to go to the museum. In fact, they do these Simply events, which they do various different ones of, based on marks and different eras and stuff. I sort of always fancied going to the museum, and if I can go to a car show, Mercedes show at the same time, that would be sort of a bonus as well. I suppose I should mention when Simpsons Day is. That's on Sunday, the 10th of August. The next event that I'm looking at going to, which is one I haven't actually been to before, I've heard of them, I follow them on Instagram, is Retro Wides, which is going to be held. Apparently, they move it around to different venues each year, apparently. I think it was at a show she was a few years ago. I didn't actually go to that. And it's this year going to be held at Prescott Hill Climb, which is sort of just north of Gloucester or Cheltenham, one or the other. And it isn't too far away from me, so I might pop along to that. It looks quite a good event. There's some nice cars that go there, sort of very much 80s, 90s vibes, sort of being retro more than the classic show. So it looks quite a good event anyway. So final event at the moment, which I haven't got a date for, but I'm really considering going, is Festival of the Unexceptional, which I think the SLK will sort of just sneak in because they like base model cars really. They like sort of, it's a celebration of ordinary cars, which does the SLK is. I mean, the SLK in this model, anyway, this generation is pre-facelift generation. You could only buy certainly in the UK and other countries different. You could only buy this as one car. It came as a 230 standard spec. Everyone got the same with the automatic gearbox. It was one model only. So this is poverty spec, and it's also the high spec car that they did as well. So I sort of think that would be quite an interesting feature. I think particularly with the sort of extra option, extra free spokes on there as well. I think that's going to make it sort of a little bit more interesting, a little more standout. So I hope I might try and go to that one, see if I can sort of sneak in. Probably not the most appropriate car for it, but I think actually it'd be nice to take this car and do a little bit of that, maybe a little road trip up there as well. Probably around 2 hours for me, so it's a little bit again further afield. But I don't mind doing a few shows a year. I know I'm not the biggest fan of sitting in a field full of cars, but occasionally it is quite nice to do a little bit of a journey. I might maybe look at staying overnight there, maybe night before, night after. I'll see what I feel like. And it would be nice to take this on a little bit of a sort of mini road trip somewhere I wouldn't normally go. I don't normally go up north or anything. I normally go to Wales or down to Devon or somewhere. So it'd be nice to do something and go something different, really. So at the moment, that's all the shows I have on my list. There's still quite a few to go for. I think I must have at least 20 events on here, 20 plus at the moment. There are still some more shows and dates and things being released, but I just thought today we'd do a little bit of a roundup of some of the shows I'm looking forward to next year. I think there's very much a lot of sort of reviewing and rounding off and finishing off what's been happening this year. I thought it'd be really nice to actually do a video looking ahead to 2025. I've already spoken about what I'm going to be doing to the cars and the barn and things like that. So I will do another video probably, I don't know, February, March time, whenever there's some more dates and some more events to talk about. So I might do a bit of a recap of the ones I've already talked about today. But I'm really looking forward to actually going out and getting to car shows. I don't know about you, but I sort of get this New Year, January time, and I start to get a little bit itchy feet. I want to go out to car show. I want to start doing stuff. Even though the last car show was October time. I can't remember the last car show I went to, but I think it's about October time. And I get itchy feet now, and I sort of want to get out and about and start doing stuff, but it's not the right time of year at the moment. And then you'll get to times of the year like July, where I pretty much have something every weekend in July. So hopefully I will see you out and about, either in this or the SO in 2025. I'm really excited at the car shows this year. My goal is to really use these cars as much as I can this year, particularly the SR. Spent most of last year actually while having work done. So thank you very much for watching. It's going to be goodbye from me, goodbye from the SLK, and we will see you very soon. Goodbye.